Hey you guys, it's Ella again, your friendly neighborhood Filipina ESL teacher here in Vietnam. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but my voice is kinda horsey. That's because I have just gone back to the public school and I want to show you what happened earlier before I actually tell you guys about today's video, which is about ATM errors that foreigners like me face here in Vietnam. So let's check this out. Goodbye everyone. Goodbye. See you. Goodbye. Hey guys, so I just finished my math class with 5th graders and now I'm going to have my lunch. It's still 10, but I take my lunch very early because I don't really eat my breakfast. So now I am headed to the ATM because I eat at this eatery wherein they just accept cash. Everyone, see you next week. So yeah, I just got home and like what I told you, the eatery is just next to my apartment and it's nothing fancy at all, but I really like it because I only bring like 35,000 VND at most because you already got yourself like a cup of rice, not even a cup, like a bowl of rice. You got vegetables as your side dish, you got free soup, and you got free of this thing. So this one is grilled pork, free soup, free side dish, and rice. And like the Filipino that I am, I always add soy sauce on my rice. Yum. Hey you guys, so yeah, that's pretty much how my days go in my life here in Vietnam, or my mornings rather, now that I've officially gotten back to teaching in a public school once again here in Vietnam. So now I feel so refreshed. I have just taken my nap and I've eaten my lunch already and I'm officially finished with my morning classes for the day. But later on I'm gonna have another class at a center and it's going to be around 4 hours from now. So yeah, I have like 4 hours to record this video because I think I owe it to you guys to like do this video because I got this question from like one of my followers like 2 weeks ago or 3, and I didn't really give her like an answer right away because it had something to do with her ATM problem, and the only ATM problem I've ever gone across was when my ATM card was eaten by an ATM machine, and I don't think that's a good reference for her question. So yeah, I've actually asked my colleagues about this one, like just so I know like their experience about this one, and I also did my fair share of research just so I can give you a substantial answer. So as you all know, ATM cards or bank cards are like very important tools for us to carry our money around anywhere around the world, anytime, yeah, anywhere. Although bank cards or ATM cards are like a very important tool in this day and age, however they will also bring headache and inconvenience to users because problems with ATM machines or cards still exist. So it will always persist because like technology is not really that perfect yet, and of course you should anticipate that there would always be problems. So guys, if you have undergone or you're currently going through these problems that I'm going to mention, then this video is definitely for you, just so maybe it can give you like an idea on how to handle your situation. So number one, although your account has reduced enough balance to withdraw, the ATM does not release money or does not release enough money. So I think this was the question that was like asked to me by one of my followers. And yeah, if number 2, even though your ATM has received enough deposit, yet the account balance does not increase, or the increased balance is not enough for the deposit amount. So with the problems that I mentioned earlier, what the banks generally say in case the ATM does not release money or does not release enough money, even though your account reports a decrease in your balance, what you should do, or what customers should do first, is to determine whether or not their ATM is from the same issuing bank. So, or whether or not that very ATM machine has a different system. Like some bank cards only have like visas on them, but on that specific like ATM machine, it says like they only operate with like MasterCard. So that's why probably that problem happened to you, because of the different system. So if in case that your ATM is different from the system of that very specific ATM machine, then what you should do first is to call the hotline of the bank managing the ATM to report your case. In case the ATM is located in front of the transaction office, customers can complain directly at that very office. After that, customers should call their bank switchboard to receive help from the bank, or contact directly at the nearest transaction office and branch for direct instructions on the refund procedure. So like the other problem that I've like gone across before, it's not really an ATM like problem, but I think it had something to do with my PayPal transaction. It didn't go through my Vietnamese bank account. So what I had to do, I didn't have like a lot of time, so I had to like go to any branch from like my specific bank, and like what they did first was to like ask me loads of questions just so they can validate whether or not you're the actual card holder. So yeah, first I think like if that bank is like foreign to you, it's not your issuing bank, then of course they're gonna ask you first about like your credentials, whether or not you're this card holder. So of course they're gonna ask you for the account number, they're gonna ask you for like screenshots or like pictures, or like probably your CVC. So yeah, of course they're going to ask for validation. So yes guys, if your ATM on the other hand is from the same system, or it's from that very same issuing bank that you have, then you can directly contact your bank switchboard and follow the same steps that I have mentioned earlier. But for the problem that even though you have deposited enough money into the ATM, but your account still does not report an increase in balance, or the increased balance is not enough with the amount deposited, then yes, I think you should also still follow the procedure that I've told you earlier. And yeah, it is to report your status, and they can actually flag their system already, even though like you still didn't really go to the specific bank. So the customer's request will be received by the banks, of course, and after extracting the camera and processing that, it will take like from about like 5 days, like from within 5 days to 15 days. So for cases in which you are actually dealing with like foreign ATMs, you should contact the card issuer via the hotline. Ask the bank to verify through the ATM managing bank that the customer is transacting from. After that, the customers will receive detailed instructions from the card issuing bank on receiving the refund. If there is a situation where the ATM does not release money or does not release enough money, so situations such as depositing money but not receiving enough money, or not receiving money when transacting abroad, will also be resolved as above. the processing time for overseas cases will be longer than domestic cases, of course, whereby the processing time can be about 30 to 40 days depending on the case and the bank. So just a quick note for you guys when using ATMs in Vietnam: in order to minimize the above problems arising during your transactions with the ATMs here, what you should do is to prioritize choosing ATM machines with the same banking system or the same issuing banks. And yeah, you should also practice like doing your transactions in front of transaction offices, just to, like, you know, save your ass, like in case things like this happen. So yes, you guys, I hope that answered your question, like, dear Luella. Thank you for asking me that question, otherwise I wouldn't budge like making this video. But yes guys, I hope you well in like your future ATM transactions, and yeah, see you guys later. Ciao.